Welcome to Food Travelers. In this episode, we are doing a Washington State, Texas kind of style barbecue versus where we're comparing three different barbecue restaurants that we went to in the state of Washington that offers either Texas style or close to Texas style barbecue.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. I think this will be a good versus because we're sharing our the most recent Texas-style barbecues that we could find here in Washington that we've been to. BBQ2U is in Gig Harbor, about 30 minutes by ferry, or a little bit less than an hour if you go around the Sound, depending on traffic. For Jeff's barbecue, it's located in Marysville, about 25 to 30 minutes from Seattle. And Buckshot Honey is in downtown Issaquah, about 25 to 30 minutes east of Seattle.
And we actually titled these The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. And if you are old enough to remember, that's also a Clint Eastwood movie. And we thought it was kind of fitting because it kind of fit that Western barbecue thing. But to start off is The Good, and this is at BBQ2U. One of the really things that we did notice from their, they call it dino ribs, but it's a big, huge chunk of beef ribs. It had really great bark on it, as you saw. Just very seasoned well. This is very delicious, Micah.
Yeah, it's very seasoned well, very smoky flavor, tender fall off the bone, and just the size of it really reminds us of Texas beef ribs we had there.
Yeah, we've had a good share, and it was nice to actually see that being offered here in Washington. I know we've been craving it, and this was one of the first spots we actually went to go try because of the beef ribs, and we weren't disappointed. I was really happy to actually have found this, and it was actually ended up being as good as it was.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting part for both of us. When we saw it on the menu and that it was actually available when we got there, we were really excited for this. And as you see in the video, there's so much beef in it, and it's such a huge piece. It's like almost 2 pounds worth of beef with the bone and everything, and you see how juicy and tender and fall off the bone it is.
And for this next good is over at Jeff's Texas Barbecue, and this was the pork belly, the smoked grilled pork belly, and this was really good. The only other place that I've had pork belly I did enjoy, Micah, was Interstellar over in Austin, Texas. It was definitely different than this one, but this one definitely holds up to its own on being really good pork belly.
Yeah, it definitely has a good fat to meat ratio there. Really crispy, very good smoky flavors on the outside. It's definitely a little bit more barky on the outside too.
Yeah, I agree. That was one of the things that kind of stood out for me, was that first bite you take in, it has a really nice crunch to it.
And the next thing for the good is the Buckshot Honey with the mac and cheese. It was very creamy, seashell shaped, so it really absorbed all that mac and cheese or that cheese goodness there.
And we've had our share of sides in Texas, and we've ordered mac and cheese quite a bit, and they've all just been okay, but not like those ones here. Those were really delicious. And now for the bad, and these, we kind of all came to the same conclusion. Going to Texas and getting pulled pork in Texas was really great. So for all three locations, BBQ2U, Jeff's Texas Style Barbecue, and also with Buckshot Honey, we just weren't happy. It seems like there's always an issue when we ordered any pulled pork from these places, Micah.
Yeah, I agree. The pulled pork from all three was more on the dry side, and you really need to taste it with their sauce to have it enjoyable. Otherwise, it was something that we both didn't really quite enjoy.
Yeah, and we discussed it before, and it would give you, as you described it, cotton mouth. And to kind of put the ugly part, which is kind of a mixture, it could be either good or bad. It's something that doesn't look quite appealing but tastes really good. And in this first case for BBQ2U, they had this really delicious banana pudding.
Yeah, the banana pudding was like really good layers of banana and pudding. So it's really smooth and creamy. It felt like there's layers of wafer cookies as well. So it's a really good combination there. And the next one for the ugly was the Jeff's Texas style baked brisket baked beans, and that one really has good smoky flavors from the brisket, and also a good amount of brisket too in terms of the ratio with the beans.
Yeah, I did enjoy this one as well. The brisket did add that little extra textural and flavor to it that kind of elevated these beans much more than even ones that we've had over in Texas as well. So that was really nice to see. And to kind of finish out this last spot is the actual brisket that we had over at Buckshot Honey. And this one was surprising, and something that you'll actually see there is the actually salt flakes, which I was surprised, but I was happily surprised because it added so much flavor when we actually took a bite of those briskets.
Yeah, the brisket is actually a very huge piece too, and I think at one point when we were showing in our video of this brisket, it was almost the same size as Simon's face.
It was pretty large. So pretty much with all these three places, they all have their pluses and minuses. One of the things, Micah, that I'm really happy about, that is the whole barbecue scene, at least from what it has been in the past 5-10 years, has really grown, because it was really hard to find a good barbecue place in Seattle a long time ago.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The barbecue scene here in Washington has definitely grown, and if you want to see more details of each individual place, you could see it in our description down below. And I hope you guys found this video useful and hopeful, and happy barbecuing.
Hopefully you'll hit the Washington State BBQ Triangle and enjoy some great barbecue that's finally arrived in the state of Washington.
And to support our channel, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the YouTube algorithm. And for more photos, follow us on Instagram. See you guys on the next episode.